Stan and Ollie is based on the true story of Stan, Laurel and Oliver Hardy doing a British tour they were taking in order to promote a new film. However, certain circumstances arise which caused this to be the last time they actually performed together as the comedy duo they are known for. Now, I personally am a huge fan of Laurel and Hardy. I grew up with them for years. My grandma introduced me to them. I owned the box set just above my head there. Yes, I did point to the right direction. They were a massive influence for me when it came to getting involved with comedy. It was my dream to make people laugh, whether that be through stand-up or doing comedy acts like these two do. And I have to say, it's great to see some form of them on the big screen again. I really enjoyed this movie. Not only the visual gags and the wordplay work now, they're just as funny now as they were back then. And the lead performances by Steve Coogan and John C. Reilly, they were just perfection for these roles. They were absolutely amazing in this movie. Not only to get the mannerisms, the personalities and the way they move, the way they talk right in this movie, you can see there's a lot of heart and admiration in their performance for the original people. They both gave very respectful, very true and honest performances and portrayals of Laurel and Hardy. And seeing these two recreate some of the original sketches that Laurel and Hardy did themselves was also fantastic to see. It was great seeing the recreation of those sketches because they're just as funny now as they were then, as I've already mentioned. And plus they do some new ones as well involving a bell, which I found very entertaining. You really see the real characteristics and mannerisms that they kind of embodied to get into these roles. It's only a short bit, but it is genuinely funny and it really does feel like this is Laurel and Hardy on screen. I am watching Laurel and Hardy again on the big screen. And I can't tell you how excited I was for that. I believe John C. Reilly personally got the voice and mannerisms down a bit better than Steve Coogan did for Stan Laurel. Don't get me wrong, I'm not detracting from Steve Coogan's performance at all. He was absolutely fantastic. But for me personally, John C. Reilly's performance was just that a little bit better. The rest of the cast all do a really good job as well, but no one really outshines these two. This is their two movie, as it's called Stan and Ollie. It's basically going to be focused on them and their lives around this time. And that's where my first issue comes with this movie. Don't get me wrong, it's a very fun, family-friendly movie. But in that, if I remember correctly from the years of watching Stan and Ollie, I believe that they didn't really get along as well as people saw them get along on screen. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of love and respect for one another. However, certain things happen which is addressed in the movie of why they don't get along. However, they don't play on that as much as I thought they probably should have. They mention it again briefly in a certain scene, but after that it's not really mentioned again. You see that Ollie's wife isn't really a fan of what Stan is putting Ollie through during this tour, but in that they don't really address as much of it as I really would have liked to see. But that's really my only negative for the film, if I'm being honest. The directing for this movie I thought was phenomenal. There's the opening shot which I believe is done in one take, or it's very cleverly edited to look like it's done in one take, but it introduces the characters and the world you're getting in for. It's very entertaining. There's some very quick one-liners here and there. The way they interact with the characters definitely feels Laurel and Hardy. The production design was good for the movie. The cinematography was good. It's a very bright movie. It's very vivid. Overall, I had a very fun time with this movie. It was very funny, very heartfelt, very heartwarming. The lead performances by Steve Coogan and John C. Reilly were both outstanding. I loved them in this movie. The rest of the cast all did a really good job, but as I said again, it is their movie. It is focusing on those two. If you're not a fan of original Laurel and Hardy series, the sketches, the movies that they used to do, then you probably won't like this movie. If you haven't actually seen anything they've done, I highly recommend checking them out before going to see this film so you know what you're getting in for. If you don't like what you see, you won't like this movie. But if, like me, you are a huge fan of Stan and Laurel, of Oliver, of my god, words. But if you are a huge fan of Laurel and Hardy like myself, then I really recommend you guys check this movie out. It is a lot of fun. As I said, very heartfelt at times as well. Didn't expect it to be as much emotion. Would have liked to have seen a bit more to the disagreements that we kind of had. But overall, I had a really good time in this film. And so for all those reasons, I'm going to give Stan and Ollie 4 stars. So, Stan and Ollie, have you guys seen it yet? What do you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.